broke doesn't buy anything either. If you're tired of struggling, tired of working hard and feeling stuck all the time, this video is for you, because 2025 isn't waiting for anyone. The world is changing really fast. And the truth is, you can either watch it happen or you can make it happen. Today I'm going to show you how you can rise from zero, how you can make money even if you have no connections, no fancy degrees, and no idea where to start. So sit tight, because by the end of this video you'll see that success in 2025 is still possible, and it can start with you even if you have no degree or no fancy connections. So you might be wondering, where do I start from as someone who doesn't know any big person in a company, who doesn't have any degree, who is not educated all that much? But I have good news for you, okay? Number one, you can start and build a skill, not just a job. In 2025, first of all, the biggest difference between those who make money and those who don't is skills. That's it. The job market is changing fast. The AI, automation, and technology, they are all reshaping everything. So here is the truth. If you want freedom, learn a skill that the world needs. And no, it doesn't have to be something so huge. Start small. Learn digital marketing, learn video editing, graphic designing, coding, copywriting, translation, data analysis, or even AI tools like ChatGPT, the Canva automation. All those are the things that you can learn and gain skills in that are easily needed by the world. The internet is full of free resources. For example, the YouTube tutorials, the free courses, online communities. You don't need to wait for someone to teach you. No, just have to start. Use the available resources. You have to decide by yourself to start. In 2025, your skill is your currency. It is what opens doors. It gives you options. Okay, learn a skill. Number two, turn your skill into income. That is very important. A lot of you have skills, but you don't know how you turn your skill into earning money. Once you've built a skill, don't wait for someone to hire you. Create your own opportunity. Start freelancing. For example, there are platforms that, for example, the Upwork, the Fiverr, the Freelancer, and what is called the TalkTalk. I'll tag them here. That connect you with clients around the world. At first, it may seem slow. Of course, you need the system, but you might get, and also you might get rejected. That is also possible. But remember, everyone that is successful today started with zero reviews, zero clients, and zero money. Of course, you're a beginner, but that should not discourage you. Keep improving your profile. Deliver quality work. If you get an opportunity and even if it's just one client, make sure that your work is on point. It is quality, okay? Enjoy the small job you do, and also the quality work you produce is building your reputation. And also, if freelancing is not your thing, okay, build a small online business. Sell something that solves a problem, whether it's a digital product, handmade crafts, ebooks, or even a simple online course teaching what you know, okay? Use social media online. The secret isn't in chasing money, it's in creating value, giving people something they need, something that improves their lives. So translate or transfer your skill into money. Sorry, that was an alarm. Transfer your skills into making money. Number three, I'm going to tell you to use social media the smart way. A lot of you are using social media every single day. Let's be honest. Most people use social media to scroll, compare, and waste time and argue in the comment sections. But the smart ones They use them to earn. In 2025, for example, social media is not just for entertainment. It's not. It's your free advertising tool. Start building a personal brand on social media. Post about what you are learning. Share your story. Show your progress. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be authentic. People trust you. They'll buy from you, hire you, and recommend you. That is how you build your client's community. Okay? Number 4, invest in yourself. Here is something many people forget. You are your own greatest investment. Spend time learning, spend time reading and improving your mindset. It doesn't matter if you're standing with nothing. What matters is what you feed your mind. Listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, read books about money, success, personal growth. Surround yourself with positivity. Because success starts from inside, from within you, okay? Long before it even shows up on the outside. It starts from a dream that you have from within you. If you believe you can make it, you will find ways. If you keep saying, I can't, your mind will believe it too, and you'll remain stagnant, you'll remain low, okay? So invest in yourself, in learning and watching things that help you grow, not things to put you down. So let's talk about number 5. Number 5, start where you are. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no such thing. You don't need a fancy camera, a big following, or a business degree to start making money. No. For example, right now I'm using my Samsung, S6 phone. This is an Samsung S6. So it's not an iPhone, and I'm using it to communicate with you. I'm starting with what I have. I don't have the finances to buy an iPhone or a high quality camera right now. So what am I doing? Utilizing the resources that I have, so that in case I'm monetized, I can also buy myself what I deserve. Okay? So do not wait for when you are ready. Okay? You just need one decision, and that decision is to start. Sell what you can, offer your skill, partner with others, start small, but start now. Every successful person you see today once stood where you were, once didn't have a phone, once didn't have a camera, once didn't have a huge business. It was all uncertain, broke and scared. The difference is they didn't stay there. They woke up and actually did the work. They took one small step and then another until life started to change and make sense for them. Now, this is my final message as I conclude this video. So, if you're struggling right now, if you have lost your job, your motivation, or even your hope, hear this. You're not finished. You are being forged. The struggle you feel today is preparing you for the strength you'll need tomorrow. 2025 is not the year to surrender. It is not the year. It is the year to rise, to think differently, to believe again, to put in the work and trust that something good is going to come out of it. Because it will, trust me, as long as you don't give up. So take a breath, get up tomorrow and start again. And start again, this time with purpose, with faith, and with the mindset of someone who refuses to be defeated. Your success story is waiting to be written, and 2025 is the first page. Don't sit on your blessings. Don't sit on your income. It starts with you. Get up now and do the work. It doesn't matter if you don't have the resources. Use the little things that you have. You have your phone, use that. Social media is something that has a lot of money as long as you use it very, very, very well and consciously. People are making a lot of money out of it by using their skill. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. It is something you achieve through continuously doing certain habits over and over again. Not overnight, but over time. Today I'm going to share with you 10 success habits that have changed my life and can change yours too. So let's get started. Number 1, wake up with intention. Don't just wake up, rise with purpose. Successful people start their day by setting clear intentions. Even 5 minutes of planning or journaling can shape your entire day. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve today? Number 2, stay consistent, not perfect. You don't need perfection, you need your consistency. Whether it's creating content, studying, or working out, success comes from showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Small daily efforts beats random bursts of the day. Successful people start their day by setting clear intentions. Even 5 minutes of planning and journaling can shape your entire day. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve today? That alone can make your entire day. Number 2, stay consistent, not perfect. You don't need perfection, you only need consistency. Whether it's creating content, studying, or working out, success comes from showing up even when you don't feel like it. Small daily effort beats random bursts of energy. So, stay consistent, value your time, and know that whatever you're doing, consistency is key. Number 3, read and learn daily. Incorporate reading, make it a habit. Make sure that every day you read, even if it's just 1 page, it is okay, it is enough. Incorporate that into your daily life and you're gonna see very many changes. Success is built on knowledge. Read books, listen to podcasts, or watch educational videos. Even 15 minutes of a day of learning keeps your mind sharp and your ideas fresh. So, don't waste your time scrolling on TikTok watching business videos. Instead, use your time to learn something new. Even if it's just 1 word, it is okay. It has added onto your vocabulary and that's enough. Number 4, write down your goals. People who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. Don't just dream, define. Write your goals, set deadlines, and review them weekly. Your goals should be achievable. Do not overwhelm yourself with writing very huge goals. Start simple and upgrade. Start simple. Set goals that you are sure you can achieve. If you set goals that are too ambitious for yourself, you are going to end up demotivated and you won't achieve anything. Number 5, protect your peace. Success means nothing without peace of mind. Avoid negativity, take breaks from social media, and focus on what uplifts you. Guard your energy. Not everyone deserves to access it. And when I say that, I mean it could be your family, friends, anyone in your circle that you feel brings negativity into your life. Cut them off. Nothing is wrong with that. Even if it's your mother, or father, or sister, or brother, cut them off. You deserve peace of mind for you to operate very well in life. So don't feel guilty for cutting them off. If they don't give you peace, let them go. If it is your boyfriend, if you don't feel peaceful with him, let him go. You deserve to be peaceful for you to achieve what you want. Number 6, take responsibility. No excuses, no blame. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment everything changes. You can't control everything, of course, but you can control how you respond. Sometimes people rage bait you to make you respond in a way that is not appropriate. Make sure that you have the knowledge to understand when people are provoking you. Make sure that you know how to manage your emotions. Make sure that you know the way to handle certain people. We meet different people with different personalities and characters, and we should learn to know how to handle every person we meet in today's life. That is a very, very big attribute you can add on to your life. Number 7, manage your time wisely. Time is your most valuable currency. Use a planner or a digital calendar if you can. Set priorities. Do the most important tasks first, not the easiest ones. Now, I encourage you to get a calendar. It could be a manual calendar, I mean your notebook, or it could be a phone calendar, and note down every little thing that you want to achieve. Not if you're losing weight, Note down that today I'm going to the gym for 1 hour. Tomorrow I'll go for 2 hours. The next day I'm going for 3 hours. That is going to motivate you even more for you to go to the gym and achieve your weight goal. Okay. So do not waste your time. Set time for everything that you do. Time yourself, even when it seems difficult, it can be done and it can be helpful. Number 8, surround yourself with growth. This is so important. Surround yourself with people that you want to be like. If you are the most successful person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that have something you can learn, something that can be added onto yourself. Spend time with people who inspire you, not drain you. Success grows from environments where people push each other forward. Don't surround yourself with negativity, like I said. Don't surround yourself with people that add nothing to you, like I said. Only associate with people that you want to be like. And you may say that you don't have friends or you don't have that group of people that you can surround yourself with. It's okay. You have social media. Look onto those podcasts for people that inspire you. Look for those YouTube channels that you feel like this influencer inspires my life. I want to be like her when I grow. I want to be like him when I grow. Those are the people that you should be looking onto. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be through virtual social media. The things that you watch occupy your mind and you end up thinking like the people you watch. So make sure that you are watching the right people on social media, and in real life you have very, very influential people in your life. Number 9, embrace failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every mistake teaches you something new. Don't fear failing, fear giving up too early. If you fail, it doesn't mean that is your entire life. It is just a chapter of your life. But there are more chapters to come, and the next chapter must be the best chapter of your life. It must be the most successful chapter of your book. So don't give up. One failure doesn't mean that you're going to fail throughout your whole life. It is just part of your journey, not your whole journey. Number 10, be grateful. Gratitude keeps you grounded throughout your entire life. Even if it is just a small thing, be grateful. Be grateful for living. Be grateful for the job you have. Even if it is not paying you much, be grateful because someone out there is looking for it and they don't have it, but you have it. So be grateful. Be grateful for having health. Before you sleep, list at least 3 things you're grateful for. It could be your life, it could be your family, it could be your husband, it could be just small things. It could be the fact that you managed to have what to eat for supper. Some people don't. It could be the fact that you have where to sleep. Some people don't. So note down the things that you're grateful for. It shifts your focus from what is not working to what is working. From what don't I have to what do I have. So be grateful for every little thing. At least you have it. There is someone out there yearning to at least have it, or at least be like you. There is someone out there yearning to be in the space that you are at. You have a house. There is someone homeless out there that doesn't have access to a home. So be grateful even for the little things that you feel like they don't matter. To someone else, they really do. And be grateful that you have it. Success is not luck, it's a habit. Start small, be consistent, believe in yourself, even when no one does. Because one day, your habits will speak louder than your words. You don't want to live and regret. You want to live, experience, and learn. You only learn from what you experience. Okay, so don't fear to attack the things that you feel like are not possible. Instead, take your chance, take your luck, work hard, be consistent, and I'm sure with that you're going to achieve whatever you're working towards. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.
I am the girl that grew up without a father. I am the girl that doesn't know how my father looks like. I am the girl that doesn't know what father's love looks like. I am the girl that grew up in different families because my mom couldn't afford raising me. I am the girl that was always told I'm wrong even when I was right. I'm the girl that was very unfortunate. But here is the trick. No one is going to come to save you. You have to save yourself by changing your mindset. Hi everyone, my name is Lucky. I'm from Uganda and I'm here to share my experience as a girl, how I grew up, and why I'm who I am right now. What did I do to reach this step? I was a disadvantaged kid. We are 6 of us in our family. My mom and dad separated when I was just a year old. I am the girl whose dad was not present in my life. My mom did not have money to raise us. And I am the girl that grew up in different families. I grew up from my auntie's family. I grew up from my uncle's home. I grew up at my grandmother's house. I grew up in different people's hands, and those were all experiences, both good and bad. When my mom left my dad, we were homeless, the 6 of us. My mom and us, the children, had nowhere to stay. She had no option than take us to her mother's house, who is also our grandmother. Our grandmother raised us. She fed us, gave us clothes, took care of us like any other grandmother would do. I love her so much. However, like anything, this also had very many disadvantages. Staying at our grandmother's house meant that people are going to despise us, meant that people are going to call us homeless, meant that people are going to call us beggars. That is the environment I grew up in. I did not know that I was this powerful. I did not know anything about having freedom. I was raised to be inferior. I was raised in an environment that made me feel like I am always the last one. I was raised in a very toxic environment. My mother loved us. My mother was abused. My mother was despised. They called her all sorts of names. They called us bastards. They called us homeless, like I said. And my mom did not give up. She stayed with us. She did not remarry. She raised the 6 of us. I am the last born, and I'm 23 years old. Each of us has studied. All my siblings know how to write their names, at least. All of them, they have graduated, they have gotten jobs, and some of them are now married with their own families, doing really, really better than how people thought we were going to turn out. Back to my story. Growing up, when I started school, my school fees was being paid by an orphanage organization or a helping organization. It was called Shinamagara Ministries, and that was in Kavali district. It paid my school fees for 7 years, and that was all my primary life. I'm so grateful for that. After the 7 years in primary school, I performed well. I was the first in our school with very good grades. And that is where my uncle, my mother's brother, took me from. She brought me to Kampala City. As a village girl, I knew nothing. I was really excited coming from the village where there was no food, where there were no clothing, where people despised us, to the city was a very huge dream for me that came true. However, it was not beds and roses. It was not. When I reached Kampala City, he told me I was going to stay with him. Plus, like a good idea, and I loved it so much. But that also came with consequences that I'm not going to share here. But if you ever lived in someone else's house, you know it's not an easy thing. You know what transpires in those houses. But still, I'm grateful for the experience, for everything I got from there. After my primary school, I joined secondary school. And in my first year in school, I did not know how people lived very luxuriously. I joined a pretty decent school. And this was a school where kids had money. This was a school where kids had money, like a lot of money. Their parents gave them a lot of stuff. But I was the student that always never had money for breakfast. I was the student that always never had soap. I I was the student that always had to beg for sanitary towels. I was the student that always had to eat leftovers for breakfast. But also, on the brighter side, I was the bright student. I was a very good performer. I was mocked. I was laughed at. I was called all sorts of names. Remember, I was from the village. I did not know anything about life. It was just me, the village girl, and I came with my excitement. But the world was not ready for the excitement. The world was rude. The world was brutal. The world called me all sorts of names. The world told me I was not to their standards. I was always isolated in the friend groups. I always walked alone. I always ate alone. I always seated alone. Like I was very isolated, if I can say. However, still on the brighter side, I managed to study for 4 years. After my senior 4, the results came back and I had passed highly. But before I take you to the A-level side, during my holiday for senior 4, I was working at a gas station. At this point, it was in 2019. I was working at the gas station and I was getting very little pay. However, I had to feed myself, house myself, clothe myself. I had to do everything for myself. Mind you, I wasn't even 20 years yet. The little money I earned, I bought a phone and also gave my mom part of it because she's who I was working for. I worked at that gas station for 1 month and reporting time was approaching. That is when I joined A-level. My uncle chose for me a really good school. It was a very, very prestigious school, expensive school here in the city. And again, this was a new experience for me. It was a dream come true. It was a school I always heard of. It was a school I never thought I would join because it was that big. I was so excited. Reporting time came. I was taken to school by my brother, who was always there for me. But reality hit when he left. The discrimination in that school was more than that was in my previous one. This is a school that had ministers' children. This is a school where the president's kids could go to. This is a school that had a lot of rich people. That is where all the trauma came from. In this school, I was traumatized, but I was focused as well. Told myself to focus on what took me to school, that was to study. But as a child, you have those thoughts in the back of your mind. Remember, in all these years, my dad had never supported me, had never given me even if it was a single coin, not even a book or a penny. So at the back of my mind, I always had that question of, why me? Why did my dad choose to do this to us? Or why is it me that is in this situation? In that school, it was trauma. That school had a lot of bullies. I was bullied. I was called names. And what always hit me hard was visitation days where parents come and visit their children at school. I was the child that was never visited. If I had a chance, it was always my brother, and I thank him for always coming. He had never missed a single visitation at my school. Much as I was always excited to see him, but I also had questions. As someone who did not ask for this, I always wondered, where is my dad? Why did God choose me or my mom? Or why chose us to be the poor ones? that is when all the stress came in. I was now mature enough, so I started realizing that the world can really be rude even when you're innocent. I always wished that maybe if my dad was around, things couldn't be the way they were. And the worst part of it was, it is not that he's dead, he's alive. Not in any other country, in the same country as I am, but he just decided not to look for us, his kids. That always triggered me so bad. I was the kid that acted excited on visitation days in front of other students, but then went undercovers and cried. I became a crier that I never knew I was. Anything small could trigger me. Anything little could trigger me. And at that moment, I think I was really traumatized. I lost morale. I lost the zeal to study. I felt like I wasn't worth living. I felt like if I die, who will cry? If I'm not around, who will miss me? After all, what am I doing? Which role am I playing here on earth? I was really, really, really very suicidal. I'm going to be honest. But thank God, I joined guidance and counseling, and I shared with someone I really trusted at school, and she gave me the counseling I needed. I managed to complete the 3 years I had for A-level. When I finished my exams, I did not go to my uncle's house. I went straight to the village to my mom because that is where it felt like home. Mind you, I was the kid that was never ever excited about holidays. Not because I was not excited, but because I didn't have a home. I wasn't going home. I was going to other people's homes, which is what. And I always wish that maybe if I had like my mother's house or my father's house that I could go to, maybe things would be different. Maybe people would have treated me differently because now they would know that I don't have to bother them in their rooms. After my exams, I went back home, and now this was a very long holiday. It was a holiday for around 8 months. When I left the city to my village, I was really excited. It felt like I was myself again. It felt like I was going home because I was going to my mom, even though it was in the village, but I felt really, really good about it than being in the city. Stayed with my mom for about 1 month, and the next month I started looking for jobs. Within me, I knew that I was destined for greatness, and I knew that much as I had trauma from the things I couldn't control, I was never going to let those things define who I am and who I was going to become. So I started searching for jobs. Now that was also another hustle. I wrote over 50 applications. Mind you, I had no qualifications at all. I had no certificate. All I had was my O-level results, and also that was all. So that meant that the jobs I was going to get were the minor jobs. I sent those applications, however, most of them were not replied to. The ones that I got lucky and got a reply, they told me they're not hiring at the moment. And I remember I was frustrated, thinking to myself that what am I going to do in these 8 months? Because I can't stay here looking my mom in the face. I can't stay here. I can't ask her for everything. I can't ask her for soap. I can't ask for sanitary towels. I can't ask for Vaseline. I have to struggle and look those on myself because she's also struggling to look after us. So I knew it was my turn to at least do something, even if it was little, something small for her in return. I left home without a job because none of the companies I applied to gave me a job. I left home to town, Kabale town, jobless, basically. I had no rent. I had nowhere to sleep. I had no money. It was only me and like 4 pieces of clothes I had in my bag. Fortunately, one of my sisters was staying in the same town, so I requested to go and stay with her. She accepted. So I stayed with her for about 2 weeks as on food. And let me tell you something. That is a situation that you would never want to see yourself in. Searching for a job in places they have not advertised is no joke. It takes a lot of confidence. I remember there is one supermarket I went to. I gave in my application and they scolded me. They asked me, who told you you're hiring? We did not put an advert. We don't need any workers. And they basically insulted me. I've just used nice words. But I did not give up. I continued applying. I remember, I think I applied in all the supermarkets in town. None gave me the job. And then God came through for me. As I was at home, a friend of mine calls and tells me that Lucky, they're advertising a job somewhere at a restaurant. Are you able to work? I was like, of course. I celebrated. Because that is what I wanted. That is what I was looking for. When she told me, I went immediately and they asked me a few questions. Who are you? What your levels of school, everything. I answered and they gave me that job. That was how I got my first job. There and worked for 1 month, but in that month it was also heavily so. Because restaurants, you meet a lot of people, especially men, who sexualize you. There is a lot of sexualizing in the restaurants. Who want to touch you, who want to do all sorts of things. And that is a life that I wasn't raised in. And that is something I did not want to entertain. So I worked for a month, they paid me my money and I left. As soon as I had left, my uncle calls me and tells me that he has some work to do at his office. I was really excited, but also nervous at the same point. It was bittersweet because me going back to the city meant that I was going back to his house, and that was where the trauma began from. However, he was the one paying the school fees, and I was also going to be earning some money that was better than the one I was getting at the restaurant. So I decided to go back to Kampala. I worked for the months that were remaining, and thank God I got done and I reported to the university. Before I reported to the university, the results came back and I had performed really well. I was so proud of myself. I was proud of myself because I passed with flying colors. And luckily enough, I was admitted on government sponsorship where I did not have to pay tuition. Everything was catered for except the rent, so I had to look at myself. So So the months went by and I was excited to go to university. And when the time came, I reported. I did, on a government sponsorship. And that is where I am right now. I'm really grateful. I'm in my last year at university. I do not know where the world is going to do greatness. I believe that every struggle I have passed through was to prepare me for something great. I believe that everything bad that I passed through is not something that will define me, and I'm not defined by traumas. I know I'm going to be destined for greatness. I'm going to impact lives. I'm going to be that person. The food that I used to beg for, the leftovers that I used to eat, I'll be able to buy a meal for myself. Even though at campus, I've not talked about my campus journey, but it has also been quite challenging, but enjoyable. I've enjoyed every single moment here at campus. I think university has actually healed a part of me that was broken before. I have made great friends. I've made great opportunities. I've made good connections. I have healed myself. That is one. And for everyone out there, I want to tell you that it is not anyone's job to heal your traumas. It is you yourself to work on them. It is you to decide that this is no longer the life I want to live. It is you to decide that the traumas don't define you. It is you to make that decision. That yes, I'm a disadvantaged kid. Yes, I have a dad. Yes, he's there, deadbeat. Yes, my mom is not rich. Yes, I've passed through this and that. But that does not mean that I'm a failure. It is part of life. It is a process that I was meant to pass through, and God made me pass through all those things because He knew I would manage them and come out victorious. Look at me now. So everyone out there, if you struggle, I don't know the struggles you have, but always have a positive mindset. Always remind yourself that you are destined for greatness. Always know that the job you are praying for is going to come. Always know that the studies you're praying for are going to be passed, you're going to pass. Always know that if your family is not doing great, it's going to know that anything you are praying for, anything that is worrying you, anything that you are worried about is going to come out great and is going to exceed your expectations. You have no control over what happens, but you have control of how you can manage it. Have a positive mindset. Remember that if you are not alone, seek help. If you feel like I had those bad thoughts, if you feel like you have those thoughts, seek medical help, go for counseling, and thank you so much everyone for watching. I love you. Bye. I managed to get over 1,000 subscribers in just 1 month. How did I do it? Stick around and see how I actually did it. Hey everyone, my name is Lucky and I'm here to show you how I managed to get over 1,000 subscribers in just a very short period of time. You know, getting subscribers here on YouTube is something that is not so easy. So let's get into the things that I did. Mostly what helped me was I posted a lot of shorts. For example, I'm going to share with you my analytics of shorts and how they performed on the subscriber level. This is the short that I posted. It got 1,040 views, and those views gave me 13 subscribers. The next one I posted got 1,375 views, and those views gave me 22 subscribers. How many are those now? 13 plus 22? We are still moving. I posted this one. It gave me 1,053 views, and in those I got 14 subscribers. The next one gave me 1,575 views, and in those I got 22 subscribers. The next one I posted had 1,473 views, and it gave me 32 subscribers. This was my most performing short that gave me a lot of subscribers. Overall, it had 1,566
views and it gave me 43 subscribers. This had 1,235 views and gave me 20. This gave me 24 subscribers and had 1,172. This gave me 31 and had 1,637, and many more and many more and many more. Now, when we add these subscribers, let's try the math and see how many subscribers I got in a very short period of time. Let's do the math. So I'm using my calculator on my phone. We are going to add and see how many subscribers I got in total from those how many shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From 9 shots. So the first one had 13 plus 22 plus 14 plus 22 plus 43 plus 20 plus 24 plus 31. You can see 221 subscribers from just 9 shots. And those 9 shots, you can post at least 3 shots per day. So 3 shots per day. How many shots or how many days do you need to get 1K subscribers? Very few days, right? So you can do it by just posting shots to get subscribers. I made it, you can do it. So yeah, the truth is shorts do give you subscribers if you're consistent and you're getting views. Imagine none of my shorts got up 2K views, but all of them were giving me beyond 10 subscribers per video. So this is your sign to post shorts so that you can get subscribers in a period less than, I don't know, you can get those subscribers in just 1 week if you are serious and consistent. So yeah, shorts give you subscribers. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye. Hello everyone, my name is Lucky and today I'm going to be discussing with you the things you can do to improve your channel performance. If you want to give views, if you want to get likes, if you want to get comments, these are the things that you can do to achieve that goal. If you are new in content creation, avoid topics that talk about you yourself, because unless you are a celebrity, people are not going to be interested in knowing you, in talking about Manya, I'm traveling, no one is going to be interested in that. Instead, focus on educative videos. People do not care about you, they care about what you are giving them. They care about the information you're providing. If it is a tutorial, they're not going to focus on you as an individual, they are going to focus on the tutorial and the steps you're giving them. In that process, they're going to watch your videos for long and they won't get bored. Now with that, accompany your video with a very high quality thumbnail and a very likable title. Now, YouTube is very funny because a thumbnail is something that is going to be seen first when people look at your videos. Therefore, if it is boring and not enticing, people are going to swipe away from your video. However, if it is enticing and eye-catching, people are going to actually be curious to know what exactly thumbnail is about and what the video is about. However, I'm not saying that you should clickbait them, because that is going to flag the videos and you're going to be shadow banned on YouTube. That can actually happen from a very fake thumbnail. Now, the title should have the keywords of the video. It should also be self-explanatory. Do not use very hard words in your title. The words should be very simple and clear for the viewers to know that, oh, actually, this video is about this exact topic before even clicking at your video. Now that is going to attract them to click and see exactly what is in your video. The next one is consistency and regular uploads. I know everyone says that and it's boring and annoying, right? But it actually works. YouTube recognizes new content creators that are consistent. If you are new on YouTube and you're uploading once or twice a week, YouTube is going to forget about you. But if you keep reminding them that, hey, I'm new here, but I want to have a YouTube channel, I want to have a consistent journey on YouTube, they are going to look into your channel and they will start recommending your videos to other people. Why? Because they know that now you are active and serious about your channel and you want to develop it. So don't miss out on that chance. Consider uploading frequently. That doesn't mean that you have to upload every day. However, do not spend a whole week without uploading if you actually want to develop your channel, because YouTube is going to forget about you and you will get less views or no views at all. The next factor that influences how your video is recommended is the engagement. YouTube recommends a lot the videos that have engagement. Now, if you have like 10 views on your video, that is very low, right? But in those 10 views, 5 people have watched your video throughout. They have watched for the whole of your video from the beginning to the end. They have liked and have commented. That is enough for YouTube to know that, oh, actually, this person's video is actually what people are looking for. Since the 5 out of 10 have viewed it to the fullest and liked and commented, other people might like it as well, and from that they are going to start recommending your video to other audiences, and in that way you're going to get views. So the next thing is the niche. Now, talking about the niche, I don't mean that you should get these common niches, the highly trending. No, get a niche that you love, that you have passion about, and that you have knowledge about. That is key. Do not get a niche and start gambling around, or do not have random niches on your channel. YouTube is going to get confused. It is like a human being. It does not know exactly what you're creating. It does not know exactly what audience to recommend your videos to. The next one is competition. Now, a lot of you have niches that have a lot of competition worldwide. Here on YouTube, there are a lot of content creators that are actually good. They are actually better than us. If you are new in content creation and you have a niche that has a lot of competition, you are going to face those challenges because there are better content creators than you. People that invest a lot of time in their videos, they have better quality cameras, better audio, better everything than you. So in that place, it might overshadow your video. The audience might not watch your video. Those other content creators have a lot of the things that you don't have, and their videos are of better quality than yours. Therefore, the audience is not interested in watching you. They go and watch those other quality content videos from the big influencers. The next one is promotion. Here, this is very key. However, if you are lucky, you don't need promotion. If you're lucky and your YouTube recognizes your algorithm, it's going to recommend your videos and you're going to get views even without promoting. However, I'm not saying that you should not promote your videos. Go to TikTok and post a clip of your video and refer them to your YouTube channel. That is going to help you a lot. It's going to give you that engagement, the subscribers, because the other side, you're going to post just a little clip, not the whole video, and we are going to wonder what exactly is the full video about. So in that process, they're going to click to your YouTube channel and watch your video. That is going to help you grow your YouTube channel, get more subscribers, watch time especially. YouTube considers consistency, frequency, and audience retention. If your audience clicks on your video for like 10 seconds and they click away, that is going to affect your channel so much because YouTube thinks that the content you're creating is not consumable or is not liked by the public. Therefore, it is going to end up affecting your views and you won't get views as much as you want them. So be conscious about what you post, the quality and also the quantity. Frequency is key, consistency is key. Otherwise, I wish you well in your content creation journey, and I know all of us are going to make it. New content creators, don't give up. You know you got this. Have passion and create with passion. Otherwise, the YouTube journey is going to be fun for you. I love you all and thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Subscribe, don't forget to do that so that we can help each other grow this content creation journey and earn our own goals. Thank you so much and love you. Bye. Hey everyone, it's your DV Rotary expert today, giving you an update about the 2027 DV Rotary application. It is very soon in October. That is when the applications are going to be open. So here I am to give you the details of the things that you might need to know before the application period. Number one, I'm going to talk about the countries that are eligible for this application. Be attentive to know if your country is among or not. Number two, I'm going to talk about the people that are not eligible for the application. Be conscious and know if you are among the people that are not eligible or if you're not. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the information they need from you, the applicant. The other thing is the documents that you need to have in order for you to apply for this DV Rotary thing in the US. Now, let's talk about number one, which is the eligible country. For your country to be eligible, must have a very low rate of immigration. By that I mean, in the past 5 years, the number of people that have immigrated to America must be less than 55,000 people. How do you know that? Go to Google and check, or Google about the DV Rotary application and check for the eligible countries or the countries that are not eligible. If you're not, we are going to be telling you exactly that your country is not eligible for the application. Let's talk about the document that I have provided shows that a very large is eligible. If you have HIV positive, don't be worried, you are eligible. However, if you have TB, you are not eligible, unfortunately. The other group of people that is not eligible is the people that are not educated. If you do not have any form of education or you have no work experience, unfortunately, you are not eligible. The people that are eligible are the people that have at least a high school document, certificate, senior 4 results, you are eligible. And also if you have a 2 years work experience in the past 5 years, you're also eligible to apply for the DV Rotary and you'll be selected. Now, those are the only conditions where you might not be eligible. If you pass the country one and you also pass the personal one, which is the level of education, now listen to the next steps. Take you to the next steps. I'm going to give you a list of the countries that are not eligible for this application program, and so that you can be sure if your country is among. Listen very carefully. This is the list: Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, Colombia, Cuba, Nigeria, Dominican Republic, India, Mexico, Pakistan, Philippines, Republic of Korea, that is South Korea, Venezuela, Vietnam also are not eligible. The only country in Africa that is not eligible is Nigeria. So the rest of you are safe on that department, okay? You can apply. Now that you have the list, let me take you to the information they will need from you. The first one is going to be your name. Now, some of us have 3 names, some have 2, and there are some very rare cases have 1 name. You are going to use the names that are on your passport. In this case, actually, they say that you must have a passport for you to qualify for this application program. Now, on the name issue, they say that if you have 2 names on your passport, those are the names that should appear on the application form. If you have 3 names, same names should appear on the application form. If you have 1, please put 1 name on the application form. Your documents must align with what you put on your application form. Avoid these silly mistakes for you not to be disqualified from this program this year. Number 2, it will be your gender. Gender means, are you male or are you female? Fill in that one. Number 3, birth date, and this will be filled in form of day first, month, and then year. Day, month, year. Note that. Number 4 is the city where you were born. Number 5, the country where you were born. Number 6 is country of eligibility of the DV Rotary program. Now, this country must be the same country as your country of birth. Do not fill in your country of birth as Uganda and then your DV Rotary country program as Kenya. That will disqualify you immediately. Number 7 will be your photos, entrant photos, and they say that these photos must be current. That means not less than 6 months. You should, not less than 6 months. Now, some of you are going to apply for this program. You are married, you have children, and you want to include all of those in your application form. For this section, entrant photos, you are required to actually enter the photos of yourself, your children, and your husband or wife, in case you want to include them in the application form. Same applies to the date of birth. All of those information you're going to include those of your family members if you want to include them. Number 8 is the mailing address. The mailing address must have the address have three lines. The first line being the address, second line being the town, being the city or town where you are. Number three being the district, county, being the district or county or province. It depends on how you call it in your country. That should be the last one. Start with, I think, the country, to the city or town, then to the province, to the county, to the, as you go downwards. 9 is the country where you live today by the time of application. Number 10 is your phone number. However, this is optional. You might include it or you might leave it out. But for you to be on the safe side, please include it. Number 11 is the email address. And for this email address, you must know that you are able to access it anytime, anywhere, and you must know its password. Do not put these emails that you no longer use or you don't know passwords for, or they're not active. Put an email that you are sure you're going to access for the next year plus. Number 12 is the highest level of education. Like I said from up, if you are not educated, you're not eligible. So here the levels of education include the high school diploma, vocational school, some university courses, university degree, some level courses, master's degree, doctoral level courses, doctorate. All these are levels of education. So if you stopped in high school, include that. If you stopped at a diploma, include that. If you have a doctorate, please include that. So it depends on what you studied and where you stopped. Number 13 is the current marital status. Now, there are these people that are living together as husband and wife, but they are not legally married in church or court. The US